President Trump and his administration allies absolutely cook the fake news. Good. President Trump humiliates CNN's Kaitlan Collins on live television, shreds fake news question on Iran strike. President Donald Trump publicly humiliated CNN's Kaitlan Collins during a live press event at the NATO summit. Collins, representing the deeply discredited network that Trump has long labeled fake news, asked a loaded question about Trump's recent strike on Iranian nuclear facilities, and she got more than she bargained for.
Oh, fake news, CNN?
I'll hold it.
Oh, yeah, here we go. Wait till you hear this question.
Thank you, sir.
You should really say how great our soldiers and our warriors are.
I think everyone appreciates our soldiers and our warriors. I do have two questions for you, Mr. President. You just cited Israeli intelligence on these attacks. Earlier, you said U.S. intelligence was inconclusive. Are you relying on Israeli intelligence for your assessment of the impact of the strikes?
No, this is also Iran made the statement. And it's also, if you read the document that was given, that Pete can talk about if you'd like, the document said it could be very severe damage, but they didn't take that. They said it could be limited or it could be very severe. They really didn't know, other than to say it could be limited or it could be very, very severe. And you didn't choose to put that.
I think it's pretty clear by now. CNN isn't interested in the truth. CNN isn't interested in getting to the bottom of what actually happened. CNN is only interested in one thing, in my opinion, and that's hating Donald Trump. New revelations completely blow up corporate media narrative regarding U.S. strikes on Iranian nuclear sites. President Trump issues spicy response. President Trump read a statement from the IAEC while speaking at the NATO summit recently and had some choice words for the press.
The statement came in from the Atomic Energy Commission of Israel, and I just wondered, this is an official letter, and they're very serious people, as you know. The devastating U.S. strike on Fordo destroyed the site's critical infrastructure and rendered the enrichment facility totally inoperable. It was devastated. We assess that the American strikes on Iran's nuclear facilities has set back Iran's ability to develop nuclear weapons for many years to come. This achievement can continue indefinitely if Iran does not get access to nuclear material, which it won't. It's so sad that that whole thing had to go. But I just want to thank our pilots. You know, they were maligned and treated very bad, demeaned by fake news CNN, which is back there, believe it or not, wasting time, and nobody's watching them, so they're just wasting a lot of time, wasting my time. And the New York Times, they put out a story that, well, maybe they were hit, but it wasn't bad. What bothered me about these reports, with fake reports put out by the New York Times, failing, I call it the failing New York Times because it's doing terribly. Without me, it would be doing no business at all. But, and by fake news, CNN and MSDNC, all of these terrible people, you know, they have no
credibility. That's exactly what these people do not have. Over the years, they have gained a track record of being liars, not telling the truth, and manipulating or maybe even omitting information. They're fake news, and that's why nobody trusts them. Pete Hegseth was also laying down the gauntlet. Pete Hegseth puts Trump-hating Fox News reporter Jennifer Griffin in her place when she tries to ambush him with a silly question on Iran bombing mission. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth received an opportunity to put arguably the most despicable Pentagon reporter ever in her place. Absurdly, some of the top takeaways for these reporters was that Hegseth supposedly disrespected females by saying, quote, "our boys on those bombers."
Why not acknowledge the female pilots that also participated in this mission? The early messages that you sent out only congratulated the boys.
So when I say something like our boys and bombers, see, this is the kind of thing the press does, right? Of course, the chairman mentioned a female bomber pilot. That's fantastic. She's fantastic. She's a hero. I want more female bomber pilots. I hope the men and women of our country sign up to do such brave and audacious things. But when you spin it as, because I say our boys and bombers as a common phrase, I'll keep saying things like that, whether they're men or women. Very proud of that female pilot, just like I'm very proud of those male pilots. And I don't care if it's a male or a female in that cockpit, and the American people don't care. But it's the obsession with race and gender in this department that's changed priorities. We don't do that anymore. We don't play your little games.
Out of all of this that's been going on between Israel and Iran and the United States involvement, and all of that has come as a result, that's what you are concerned about? Cancer, acne rosacea, multiple sclerosis, and rheumatoid arthritis are 4 different diseases in 4 different areas of medicine. What if they can all be treated with parasite medication, and that turns out for these diseases to be true? What if I told you that if you had a pet or ate sushi, you are more likely to have parasites? This means that a lot of our ailments that we experience every day are caused not by environmental issues, but by parasites as well. This is something Big Pharma does not want you to know about. I know many of us check off many of these boxes. This is why Purge is offering their new liver cleanse products for all of you out there that need to clear those toxins out once and for all. PurgeStore.com offers everything you need to cleanse and detox your body. Powerful enzymes and probiotics, 15-day colon cleanse protocols, liver cleanse, and of course, the parasite cleanse. Right now, if you go to PurgeStore.com and use promo code DREW, that's DREW, you will get 20% off your entire order. Use the link in the description below, PurgeStore.com, and support the Gateway Pundit today. The Gateway Pundit is supported by the people, we the people, that is you, the American people. We thank you for your support. Well, CNN is all over the place. CNN backtracks and runs damage control after President Trump, Hegseth blow up their dubious Iran leak story. CNN is backtracking after President Trump and Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth hit back hard against their fake news claims, citing a dubious intel assessment report on the United States' strike on Iran's nuclear facilities. Now remember, CNN were the ones reporting that the Iranian nuclear sites are largely intact due to top secret information.
And it is worth noting that it is a very early assessment. The strikes were only a matter of days ago, and the intelligence community is still gathering intelligence. They are still working to come up with a full, comprehensive picture of what exactly happened here. But based on a battle damage assessment that was carried out by U.S. Central Command, essentially looking at the images and looking at what was actually damaged, the Defense Intelligence Agency has assessed that the core components of Iran's nuclear program are largely intact, and that Iran's nuclear program has essentially only been set back by months.
Well, now, as of Thursday morning, it appears CNN has changed their tune and has totally backtracked.
I think from what I've seen, the 20,000 centrifuges, you had about 17,000 in Natanz, about 3,000 in Fordo. They are all completely destroyed. I am very confident those centrifuges are gone. The Israelis destroyed the centrifuge manufacturing production facilities that we know of. Isfahan, which is the conversion facility, key part of the fuel cycle, also appears to have been destroyed. So if you add it up from what we're seeing, massive catastrophic setback for Iran's program. The term of art, obliterated, destroyed, I kind of step out of that. This is an analytical process. It's important for the professionals now in the intelligence community to be able to do their work without political pressure and come out with their assessments. And we'll know soon enough. There's a lot of work going on here from U.S. intelligence agencies, from Mossad and the Israelis, from other partners. But I thought that briefing was important. We now know that operation that was developed over multiple administrations worked exactly as it was designed. So I didn't know that. I couldn't have confirmed that 24 hours ago. I now know those 3 ventilator straps, they went down there and it worked. That's new. And that means probably Fordo is rendered inoperable for the foreseeable future, probably forever.
There's so much more reporting to do on this topic. This is a very complex matter, even though Trump tried to make it sound simple on Saturday night. It's really important to note what CNN did not report. CNN did not report that this mission was a failure. Far from it. It may have turned out to be a tremendous success. We just don't know all the facts yet, and neither does the U.S. government.
The old backtrack tactic. We just didn't have the full picture. Like I said, CNN cannot be trusted. And it's because of lies and manipulation. You're not going to gain the trust of the people by continually lying to them. It's one thing to get it wrong and then correct the record. Obviously, people are going to remain skeptical of ever listening to you ever again, but at least you tried to make it right. CNN, in my opinion, over the past decade or even more so, have clearly made themselves unreliable when it comes to a source of information in the news. They've done it to themselves. My name is Drew Hernandez for the Gateway Pundit, and you have been on Watch with Drew Hernandez. I'll see you guys on the next one.